What?
The
Rising
docks,
water is not covered in rising
yeah,
water.
we don't fall under the same thing as people on land. I found out it was not covered by insurance. There was an opportunity, possibly we could have taken with government grants. No one ever utilized it, so basically nothing happened.
So our insurance currently does not cover.
It does not cover, and no one, and of course, the time passed, but nobody made a claim, but it wouldn't have covered it anyway.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I thought our insurance
No,
did
I
cover
found that out, yeah.
at least a portion of the damages. So,
No.
so you're saying with the hurricane, we're just out of luck completely.
We're out of luck, but that's what that
Okay.
money's for, so that's our backup, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but again, I'm still am a strong believer that this is a membership perk, and if outside parties want to rent a slot out there, that we do charge them a market rate such as $80.
We don't allow that now, do we?
What's that?
Somebody just, outside of the marina utilizing the.
No, we voted to.
I thought it was in the bylaws.
We voted not
Over-
to allow that. Yeah, I think they were asked to do that, and we decided, no, that's for members.
I could have sworn, unless I'm mistaken also, at the bylaws filed at the county, which I looked online at, I could have sworn there was a provision for that. But I could be mistaken. I'll double check
Why would that be
online.
allowed?
I could have sworn we need to double check because on the ones registered with the county, again, not a big deal, but I was just briefing them, reviewing them again. I could have sworn those, which are our official bylaws, the one that were actually filed with the county, that may or may not be in there. Just FYI, it may be in there.
I understand that the bylaws filed with the county are exactly what we've got, nothing's changed, is that correct?
To my knowledge.
So it should be the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look at them, and just from looking at them, that mean the typeset is different. So I don't know. Maybe just retyped. I don't know.
I think they
So-
were just retyped. But
I'll double check. It's not a big deal. I'm just throwing that out there. But again, it is membership perk, and I think we need to keep slip owners happy. But again, one only. I think we can all agree to that no one has the right to have more than one great perk like that because it is so inexpensive.
Jimmy, you have the floor.
If we do that, it says in the DCCRs that members are entitled to one membership and one owner, period. So is that gonna open up a can of worms to people that own more than one slip? Because the DCCR specifically, the Articles of Incorporation, everything specifically says one member, one slip.
That's a good point.
You mean one parking spot out there?
No, one slip. You're entitled to one slip only. You can't have multiple slips.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes,
You can't own more than one slip.
that's correct.
Then we
Look
need
at
to
the
file
articles- look at
an
the Articles
addendum.
of
That doesn't make
Incorporation.
sense.
Look at the Articles of Incorporation, and it's right here in the DCCRs.
There's a ton of members that own more than one
I
slip.
know it. So that's why I say you're gonna open up a can of worms if you say that you can't have more than one.
Well,
Well,
with
if I
that,
own one and Donna, or my girlfriend owns
There you
another.
go, there you go. That's perfectly legal.
okay,
Yeah.
so for this item here though, we're voting, you're saying, let's vote now on the fees alone to raise the fees, not so much who owns those parking spots.
Or how we're gonna enforce it.
Well, and enforcing it to get our money back on ones that are delinquent, I'll say we utilize the service that we had spoken about. That
Transworld,
Transworld.
I've already talked to her and she's ready to go. Basically, we have to look at the 209 code to make sure that there's a minimum number of days before you can come after an owner. I think it's 45 days. So Candace and Stace, the bookkeepers, are waiting to hear back from the board on what's the minimum amount of time before we start taking action on that. So
but we're not. It's just from the first. When I had spoken to her, the first couple of notifications are just merely dialogue reminders that
That's
hey,
correct.
you are behind.
correct.
So I don't see that being. We're not going after them at that point. The final stage is when it goes to a collection firm. That's when we're going after them, in my opinion.
No, it's, I sent you guys the documentation on Transworld, what their process is, but the question's coming from the bookkeepers, because Transworld would like to, get them on board, and the bookkeeper said, we wanna hear from the board as to when, we start collections. So Jimmy made the point, we've already paid for the service. As long as that company's in compliance with 209, then we can tell the bookkeepers, just do whatever Transworld suggests, but we need to discuss it.
Okay.
And I sent out that information to everybody yesterday or today. So we as a board just have to make a decision on, are we following 209 code is the number of days? Do we agree with Transworld as long as it's in compliance? We simply tell the bookkeepers, this is the procedure we want to follow. We just need to vote on it. So getting back to the trailer situation, so are we gonna table this or are we gonna vote on it? Your item
I
two.
made a motion, y'all vote on it.
Is there a second? Because I mean, we also don't have Rick here either. But is there a second?
Oh, I seconded it
You
already,
did?
and then you spoke. But that's, we need to have a quorum, right?
I motion to table it then.
We got a quorum.
At the very
There's
least.
4 of us still.
Okay, so did you vote for or against raising the fees?
Oh, man, I'm dilemma, I'm torn.
Oh, that's 2, so it's not a quorum unless we have, what, 3 at least?
Yeah, we got 4 people to vote, and isn't that right?
Well, 5, right?
4, I was.
But don't forget Darren.
He's gone, that's what I say, Darren voted against it, he voted against it, and 3 of us.
You voted against raising the rates for the trailers? I thought you raised.
No, I'm against it. It's,
Okay,
it's a
so
membership
we're
perk.
not
We're not gonna raise trailers parking fees.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
all right.
All right, is that
Well,
vote?
but I think that's another tabled issue that could be tied right into the raising of the slip fees, and as we make a justification for it, as Darren pointed out, we can include all of that together, and I think that's paramount.
So you think we should table it?
Well, you can motion to table. That's going to take a majority vote.
Yeah, well, then I'm motioning to table it along with the other discussion as well, so, yeah,
That does take a majority vote.
okay,
You need a second for that.
I'll second that.
okay,
I just say we
Vote that.
don't raise the fees.
motion.
I mean, we raise the fees, I mean, how can we do, it's gotta be done before next year, if we're gonna do it, or we wait until the annual meeting in July. So.
I'm
what y'all are
okay with-
saying- What y'all are saying is, let's wait till the annual meeting in July, and we present it to everybody about raising the fees.
I don't know, is that what we're really saying? I don't think that's what we're saying. We're saying table it till the next month,
I
right?
mean, maybe I'm saying that, I don't know I'm saying that.
Well, it's getting
That's
kinda
what the
close
rule
to
is.
time to.
So it has to be
that's
done
what
by
they
December
said, raise it
31st
whatever.
in order to base it on the consumer price
I don't
index
guess
for
we've
this
got-
Or the annual meeting, which would be a
Well,
great
Trailers
opportunity.
don't have anything to do with that. You know, the maintenance
okay.
fees, we said we're not gonna raise the maintenance fees, so that's mute. Okay, so raise the boat trailer parking fees, either we're for it or we're against it. Right now, it sounds like we're against it, so
Okay.
that's not gonna pass either, so neither one of those pass.
Okay.
So, we got the treasurer's report, next goes.
Kurt? Is that going to be to purchase security cameras? Mine is different from the new one. I'm looking at that.
Number 2 is discuss and approve or not to purchase of a laptop and printer. That was my agenda item there. I know, Tony, you printed out quite a few things, like for these agendas and stuff, because most people, even though I send out the emails, never do. So it'd be nice if a secretary or somebody has a printer, or myself, whoever, official printer scanner for scanning records and printing things out, because it's business. So I think it's a normal cost of business. Laptop, same thing. I'd like to get a decent quality one that could be passed on to the next board or president or whatever, but in order to do business, it'd be another backup. I think we should have a cloud backup for a lot of these minutes and things, but it'd be nice to have that laptop, for that, or for the website, or anything that we decide. It's a tool that the marina needs. We need a quality one, not just everybody kind of uses their own personal device. I am for saving money, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's worth, risking our records and doing business, slowing business down, just simply based on trying to pinch me. I think it's a reasonable request, in my opinion, and that's why I brought it up. But again, people here right now, they want to print stuff out. If we had one, boom, we're done. And that's it.
Eric had his hand up first.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Okay. Now this one, of course, is a strong one because again, this is something that's going to reflect on excessive spending, especially with finger piers, a lot of them being in bad shape, and it's just going to make you look in a bad light. Nothing against you, just it is going to. But I'm very much against this, and then for a number of reasons. Standard protocol is of course, again, has cloud storage, and that for a businessman or each individual has their own portable drive, whether it be USB or a hard drive. We all download from the cloud on, let's say, a monthly basis. It's up to each board member to establish and to house their own records and keep track of them on a monthly basis minimum. But it's all housed in a primary location, like a Google Drive, and that we are in charge of having that material. That way we don't lose it again like we did last time. Last time we lost the material because the previous board member refused to release it. So this will give us opportunity where we all have the material at an ongoing basis. So that would solidify the documentation. But with the laptop, as you know, the prices of laptops, they drop in price, processors get faster every year, and the value of them drops significantly annually. And as a good show of faith to membership, it'll make you look better to not purchase this laptop. That'll show that you're wanting to spend excessively. So this will be a good light for you to utilize your own equipment or to buy one on your own accord. But let's see. But that's basically what I'm saying. Let's follow a typical protocol. Cloud storage. Each individual has their own drive but again, you don't have to have a drive. You can also have your own cloud storage free of charge via Google and withdraw the material from there, put on your own cloud storage, or again, thumb drive, whatever. And that would be a much more inexpensive option to have. And because with the laptop, there's gonna be another issue. What about software and software getting outdated? There's a lot of expenses associated with having a company laptop and having to purchase software and all that's going to be a lot of expenses on a yearly basis. And then you have others that will think, well, why don't I have a laptop? Why doesn't he have a laptop? Why don't all board members have it, including a dock master or a secretary and things of that nature? And it just sheds a bad light on the board and on the individual who is going to be housing that when the value of it does drop significantly as time goes on. So that's my take on it.
Go ahead, Tony.
So my take is that a laptop would be an excellent purchase, and I think the reason for that is because I believe that the very reason that we lost all of the data, and frankly, if you notice, whenever somebody goes to look for something, it's always, okay, well, where's the DC, where's this, where's that, where's this? So if my vision would be to have this laptop that is everybody, it's not Kirk's laptop, and I'm not sure where the $1,500 came in. I'm not sure if that's realistic or not. But it wouldn't be Kirk's laptop, although I believe that the logical person to keep the laptop anyway would be the president. And I would view a single repository